I love Jake. Not you, Noah. I need a man who can give me more, said Madison, my wife, holding a glass of wine at a party. I smiled and replied, Great, because I just hired a private investigator. Her face paled as she realized her secrets were about to be revealed. Noah Wilson woke to the buzz of his alarm at 5:30 a.m. The Columbus, Ohio, sky still dark outside his bedroom window. Today was Madison's 32nd birthday, and he planned a surprise to make it special. He slipped out of bed, careful not to wake his 6-year-old daughter, Emma, who was still asleep down the hall. In the kitchen, he started brewing Madison's favorite hazelnut coffee, the aroma filling the quiet house. On the counter sat a small velvet box with a silver pendant she'd admired at the mall last month. Next to it was Emma's handmade card, covered in glittery hearts and her careful scrawl, Happy birthday, Mommy. Noah smiled, picturing Emma's excitement when she'd spent hours perfecting it the night before. He expected Madison to be up soon, getting ready for her accounting job downtown. They talked about a family dinner tonight, maybe at her favorite Italian spot, Luigi's. But when he checked their bedroom at 6:45, the bed was empty, sheets cold. A quick glance at the bathroom showed no sign of her morning routine. No running water, no hum of her hairdryer. His phone pinged with a text sent at 6:15, early meeting at work. Big day. Love you. The message felt curt, detached, like a note left for a roommate. Noah frowned, brushing off the unease. Madison had been distant lately, blaming long hours at Morrison & Associates. He figured it was stress. By 7:30, Emma shuffled into the kitchen, rubbing her eyes. Where's Mommy? She asked, clutching her card. Noah knelt beside her, forcing a smile. She had to head to work early, kiddo, but she'll love your card tonight. Emma's face fell, her excitement dimming. She's coming to my school play, right? I practiced my song for her. Noah's chest tightened. Madison knew Emma's first solo in the school play was tonight. Of course, she wouldn't miss it, he said, hoping he wasn't lying. He handed Emma a plate of pancakes, steering the conversation to her performance to keep her spirits up. At noon, while Noah was elbow-deep in an engine at his auto shop, his phone buzzed again. Madison's name lit up the screen, celebrating my birthday with Jake from work tonight. Don't wait up. Love you. Noah froze, oil smudging his fingers as he read the words again. Jake. She'd mentioned him before, a co-worker, always with a casual laugh, calling him just a friend. But skipping Emma's play for a dinner with him? That wasn't the Madison Noah married. He texted back, What about Emma's play? She's been practicing for weeks. Her reply came in seconds. You've got it covered. She'll be fine. The words hit like a punch. Madison never missed Emma's events. Not her recitals. Not her soccer games. Something was wrong. Noah finished the repair job in a haze, his mind racing. He couldn't shake the image of Madison laughing with Jake while Emma stood on stage, searching the crowd for her mom. By 3 p.m., he was back home, helping Emma into her sparkly dress for the play. Why isn't Mommy here to braid my hair? Emma asked, her voice small. Noah fumbled with a hairbrush, his thick fingers no match for Madison's neat braids. She's stuck at work, but I'll be front row, cheering loud, he said. Emma nodded, but her eyes stayed on the floor. The school play was held in Jefferson Elementary's cafeteria, folding chairs packed with parents. Noah sat in the second row, saving a seat for Madison, hoping she'd show. When Emma stepped on stage, clutching a cardboard guitar for her rendition of This Land Is Your Land, her eyes scanned the crowd. Noah gave her a thumbs up, but the empty chair beside him felt like a betrayal. Emma's voice wavered but held strong, and Noah clapped louder than anyone, hiding the anger building inside him. After the play, Emma ran to him, her face a mix of pride and disappointment. Did Mommy see me? She asked. Noah hugged her tight. She'll hear all about it, kiddo. You were amazing. As they walked to the car, Emma's teacher, Mrs. Carter, caught up with them. Where's Madison tonight? She's always here for Emma. Noah forced a shrug. Work thing. Couldn't get away. Mrs. Carter's skeptical look mirrored his own doubts. In the car, Emma fell asleep, still in her dress. Noah carried her inside, tucking her into bed. As he smoothed her blanket, she mumbled, Why does Uncle Jake buy me ice cream when Mommy picks me up from school? Noah's blood ran cold. Uncle Jake. Madison had never mentioned Jake spending time with Emma. The room seemed to close in as questions flooded his mind. Was Jake more than a coworker? Why was he around his daughter? Noah grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat at the kitchen table, staring at his phone. He wanted to text Madison, demand answers, but something stopped him. If she was lying, a text wouldn't get the truth. At 1:45 a.m., headlights flashed across the living room. Madison slipped through the front door, moving quietly, like she didn't want to be noticed. Noah watched from the shadows of the kitchen as she kicked off her shoes and headed upstairs. She smelled faintly of wine and perfume, not the kind she wore for him. He stayed silent, his mind made up. Tomorrow, he'd start digging for answers. This wasn't about a missed play or a birthday dinner anymore. This was about his family, his daughter, and the truth Madison was hiding. Noah woke the next morning with a knot in his stomach, the memory of Emma's sleepy words about Uncle Jake burning in his mind. He dropped her off at school, dodging her questions about Madison's absence with vague promises of a family movie night. By 8:30 a.m., he was parked across from Morrison & Associates, Madison's accounting firm in downtown Columbus. He'd never done anything like this before, spying on his own wife, but the doubt gnawing at him left no room for hesitation. He needed proof. At 10:15, Madison emerged from the glass-fronted building, walking close to a man Noah didn't recognize. Tall, confident, in a tailored blazer, he matched her stride as they headed to a nearby coffee shop. Noah's grip tightened on the steering wheel when a man's hand brushed Madison's back, lingering too long for a coworker. They sat by the window, Madison laughing at something he said, her hand grazing his across the table. Noah snapped photos with his phone, his heart pounding. This was Jake, he was sure of it. The casual intimacy in their gestures screamed familiarity, a routine built over weeks, maybe months. Back at his auto shop, Noah couldn't focus. A customer's complaints about a faulty alternator barely registered as he replayed the morning scene. He called Kevin, his old high school buddy who now ran a private investigation business. "I need you to tail my wife," Noah said, his voice low to avoid his mechanics overhearing. "Her and a guy named Jake from her office." Kevin didn't ask questions. "Give me 2 days. I'll call you Wednesday." Noah hung up, the weight of his decision settling in. There was no turning back now. That evening, Madison came home at 7 p.m., acting like nothing had changed. She kissed Noah's cheek, asked about Emma's play, and apologized for missing it, blaming a last-minute client meeting. Her words sounded rehearsed, her smile too tight. Noah played along, nodding as she talked about spreadsheets and deadlines. But when she stepped into the shower, he checked her purse, driven by a mix of guilt and desperation. Tucked inside a side pocket was a receipt from a boutique lingerie store, dated 3 days ago, items she hadn't worn for him. Worse, he found a key card for the Grand View Hotel, time-stamped last Friday, when she'd claimed to be working late. His hand shook as he slid everything back, her lies stacking up like evidence in a courtroom. The next day, Noah kept busy at the shop, swapping out brake pads and answering customer calls, but his mind was elsewhere. Every ping of his phone made him flinch, expecting Kevin's report. He picked up Emma from school, her chatter about a new art project a brief distraction. "Is Mommy working late again?" she asked as they pulled into the driveway. Noah forced a grin. "Not tonight, kiddo. She'll be home for dinner." But when Madison texted at 5:30, "Stuck at the office, don't wait for me," Noah's suspicion hardened into certainty. She wasn't at the office. She was with Jake. Wednesday morning, Kevin called while Noah was under a pickup truck, tightening a bolt. "Meet me at Murphy's Bar, 6 p.m., Kevin said, his tone clipped. "You're not going to like this." Noah arrived at the dive bar early, the smell of stale beer and fried food hitting him as he slid into a booth. Kevin arrived with a manila envelope, his expression grim. "It's bad, man," he said, pushing the envelope across the table. Inside were photos. Madison and Jake at a steakhouse, sharing dessert. Jake pushing Emma on a park swing while Madison watched, smiling. The two of them entering the Grand View Hotel, arm in arm. 3 months, Kevin said. They meet 2, sometimes 3 times a week. Hotels, restaurants, even that park near Emma's school. She's been taking your daughter along, calling Jake a friend to keep her from asking questions. Noah's vision blurred as he stared at a photo of Emma laughing with Jake. Using his daughter as cover for an affair wasn't just betrayal. It was a violation. "There's more," Kevin added. "Jake's the boss's nephew, gunning for promotion. Word is, Madison's cozying up to him for a better job title." Noah's jaw clenched. This wasn't love. It was a transaction, and Emma was collateral damage. "What do you want to do?" Kevin asked. Noah tucked the photos back into the envelope. "I'm done playing the fool. I want her to face this publicly. That night, Noah started planning. Madison came home late again, claiming a team dinner. He didn't confront her, didn't let on that he knew. Instead, he suggested a surprise party for her birthday, 1 week late to make up for her work plans. Invite whoever you want, he said, watching her reaction. She hesitated, then agreed, suggesting a few co-workers, including Jake. Noah nodded, hiding the fire in his chest. Sounds perfect. Let's make it unforgettable. As Madison slept, Noah called his lawyer, Sarah Bennett, who handled his shop's contracts. I need divorce papers drawn up, he told her, keeping his voice steady. And I want full custody of Emma. Sarah didn't sugarcoat it. With what you've got, we can make a strong case. Bring me everything tomorrow. By Thursday, Noah had a plan. He'd host the party at their house, inviting Madison's sister, Laura, their neighbors, and Jake. The photos would be his weapon, but he'd wield them carefully, legally, publicly, and without mercy. As he tucked Emma into bed, she hugged him tightly. You're the best dad, she whispered. Noah kissed her forehead, vowing to protect her from the fallout. Madison's lies were unraveling, and he'd make sure everyone saw the truth. Noah spent Friday finalizing the trap. He confirmed the guest list for Madison's belated birthday party, set for Saturday at their Columbus home. Laura, Madison's sister, agreed to help with decorations, unaware of Noah's true plan. He invited neighbors, co-workers from his auto shop, and, crucially, Jake, texting him directly. Party for Madison tomorrow, 6 p.m. She'd love to see you there. Jake's reply was cautious but affirmative. I'll make it. Thanks. Noah smirked, knowing Jake had no idea what was coming. He met with his lawyer, Sarah Bennett, handing over Kevin's photos and the hotel key card. These prove she's been using Emma as cover, Noah said. Sarah nodded, flipping through the evidence. This is enough to push for full custody and a clean divorce. Courts don't take kindly to this kind of deception. Noah left her office with divorce papers drafted, ready to serve after the party. Saturday morning, Noah took Emma to his parents' house to shield her from the evening's fallout. Will Mommy like her party? Emma asked, clutching a new drawing she'd made for Madison. Noah hugged her tightly. It'll be one she never forgets, kiddo. Back home, he set up the living room with balloons and a cake, keeping the facade of the celebration. Laura arrived early, stringing up lights while asking about Madison's recent distance. She's been off, Laura admitted. Work's got her acting weird. Noah shrugged, hiding his anger. She'll be here soon. Let's make it special. By 5:45 p.m., guests filled the house, neighbors chatting, shop co-workers grabbing beers, and Laura arranging snacks. Jake walked in at 6 o'clock, holding a bouquet of roses, his confidence faltering when he saw the crowd. Noah greeted him with a firm handshake, his voice cool. Glad you could make it. Grab a drink. Jake nodded, scanning the room nervously, clearly expecting a smaller event. Noah kept him in sight, waiting for the right moment. Madison arrived at 6:20, carrying a grocery bag she claimed was for dinner. Her eyes widened at the crowd. Noah, what's all this? She asked, forcing a smile as guests hugged her. When she spotted Jake, her expression froze, but she recovered quickly, greeting him like a co-worker. Didn't know you'd be here, she said, her voice tight. Jake mumbled a reply, clutching his beer. Noah bided his time, letting the party hum along. Guests laughed, music played, and Madison played the part of the happy birthday girl. But Noah noticed her avoiding Jake, redirecting conversations when Laura or neighbors asked about work. At 7:15, Noah clinked a spoon against his glass, silencing the room. I want to toast my incredible wife, he said, raising his drink. Madison's been working hard, putting in long hours, building new connections at the office. His eyes locked on Jake, who shifted uncomfortably, especially with Jake here. They've been spending a lot of time together. The room grew tense, guests sensing the shift. Madison's smile wavered. Noah pulled out his phone, projecting a photo onto the TV screen behind him. A clear shot of Madison and Jake leaving the Grandview Hotel, arms linked. Gasps rippled through the crowd. This was last Friday, Noah said, his voice steady. When Madison said she was working late, he swiped to another image, Jake pushing Emma on a swing while Madison watched. And here's our daughter, used as a prop for their meetings. Laura dropped her drink, her face pale. Madison, what the hell? She demanded. Madison opened her mouth, but no words came. Jake edged toward the door, but Noah's neighbor, Tom, a burly ex-cop, stepped in his path. Stay put, Tom said quietly. I've got more, Noah continued, swiping through photos, dinners, park strolls, hotel lobbies. 3 months of lies. 3 months of sneaking around while I raised our daughter alone. The room was silent, except for Madison's choked sobs. Laura marched over, glaring at her sister. You used Emma? Your own kid? Madison stammered. It wasn't like that. Noah cut her off. You just what? Thought I'd never find out? Thought you could trade our family for a promotion and a fling? Jake tried to speak. Noah, I didn't know it was this serious. Noah turned on him. You didn't know she was married? Or you didn't care as long as you got what you wanted? Guests whispered, some leaving in discomfort, others staring at Madison like she was a stranger. Laura grabbed her purse. I'm taking Emma to my place. You two sort this out without her. She stormed out, leaving Madison trembling. Noah handed Jake a copy of the divorce papers. You helped destroy my family. Hope it was worth it. Jake bolted for the door, roses forgotten on the floor. Madison sank onto the couch, tears streaming. Noah, please, I made a mistake. He shook his head. A mistake is forgetting a meeting. You chose this. Now you face the consequences. As the last guests left, Noah stood over Madison, the weight of her betrayal heavy but clear. He'd exposed the truth, and there was no going back. The party was over, and so was their marriage. The morning after the party, Noah woke to an empty house, the silence stark without Emma's chatter. He'd left her with Laura overnight, needing space to handle the fallout. Madison was gone, her car absent from the driveway. A note on the kitchen counter read, I need time to think. I am sorry. Noah crumpled it, his anger tempered by resolve. He called Laura to check on Emma, who was coloring at her aunt's house, unaware of the chaos. Keep her there today, Noah said. I've got things to settle. Laura agreed, her voice sharp with disgust for her sister's actions. By 9 a.m. Noah was at Sarah Bennett's law office, handing over the manila envelope of photos and the hotel key card. File the divorce papers today, he instructed. I want full custody of Emma and the house. It's in my name from before the marriage. Sarah reviewed the evidence, nodding. With this, Madison's got no leverage. The court will see her deception, especially using Emma. I'll push for supervised visitation if she fights. Noah exhaled, the legal path clear but heavy. He wanted Emma safe, not caught in a tug-of-war. Back home, Noah found Madison's wedding ring on the coffee table, a silent surrender. He pocketed it, unsure if it was defiance or guilt. His phone buzzed with a text from Kevin. Jake's in trouble. Boss found out about the affair. He's suspended. Noah didn't respond, but forwarded the photos to Morrison and Associates' HR department anonymously, attaching a note. Your management trainee's conduct with a married colleague. He wasn't vindictive, but Jake's career shouldn't survive unscathed while Emma's world crumbled. Madison returned at noon, her eyes red, carrying a duffel bag. I'm staying at a friend's, she said, avoiding Noah's gaze. We need to talk about Emma. Noah leaned against the counter, arms crossed. You don't get to demand anything. You used our daughter to hide your affair. Talk to my lawyer. Madison flinched, then nodded. I know I messed up. I'll sign whatever you want, just don't keep her for me. Noah's jaw tightened. That depends on you. Fight me, and it's supervised visits. Cooperate, and we'll figure out something fair. She left without another word, the door clicking shut like a final verdict. Noah spent the afternoon clearing Madison's things from the bedroom, boxing up her books and jewelry with mechanical precision. Each item felt like a relic of a life he no longer recognized. He paused at a photo of their wedding day, then set aside for Emma. His phone rang, Laura, confirming she'd keep Emma another night. Madison called me. Crying, Laura said, she's a wreck, but I'm done excusing her. Emma's asking for you. Noah promised to pick her up tomorrow, his focus on keeping his daughter's routine steady. Monday, Noah met with Sarah again, who confirmed the divorce filing was in motion. Madison's lawyer reached out, Sarah said. She's not contesting custody or the house. Wants to avoid court. Noah nodded, relieved but unsurprised. The photos left Madison no room to maneuver. He spent the week rebuilding Emma's world, enrolling her in after-school art classes to fill the gaps Madison left. When he picked her up from Laura's, Emma hugged him tightly. Is Mommy coming home? She asked. Noah knelt, choosing honesty. Mommy's going to live somewhere else for now, but you'll see her soon. I'm here always. Emma nodded, clutching her drawing of a rainbow. By Friday, Noah heard through Kevin that Jake had been fired from Morrison and Associates, his uncle unwilling to shield him after the scandal spread. Madison moved into a one-bedroom apartment downtown, her new reality far from the corner office she'd chased. Noah arranged for Emma to start therapy, wanting her to process the changes without carrying her mother's mistakes. He met with Sarah again, finalizing a custody agreement. Madison would have weekend visits, but Noah retained full control. Madison signed without protest, her signature a quiet admission of defeat. Noah took Emma to the park that weekend, watching her chase butterflies while he planned his next steps. He wasn't broken, but he wasn't whole either. The betrayal had carved a permanent mark, but protecting Emma gave him purpose. As she ran back, giggling, Noah realized the house was still theirs, a foundation to rebuild on. Madison's choices had shattered their past, but Noah was already shaping a future where Emma's laughter would drown out the echoes of lies. 10 months later, Noah sat on the front porch of his Columbus home, watching Emma kick a soccer ball across the yard. The divorce was finalized in spring, leaving him with the house and full custody of their daughter. Madison had agreed to every term, her signature on the papers a silent acknowledgement of her guilt. She now saw Emma every other weekend, supervised by her sister Laura to ensure no trace of her past deception lingered. Noah had rebuilt their routine, anchoring Emma with school, soccer, and weekly art therapy sessions that helped her process the upheaval. Her laughter, once cautious, now rang out freely, a testament to her resilience. Noah's auto shop thrived, new contracts with local dealerships boosting his income. He'd started seeing Claire, a pediatric nurse he met at Emma's soccer game. She was patient, grounding, and treated Emma with genuine care, joining them for pizza nights and cheering at games. Emma adored her, often asking Claire to braid her hair before matches, a small ritual that eased the sting of Madison's absence. Noah wasn't rushing into love, but Claire's presence felt like a step toward healing, a contrast to the lies that had once defined his home. Madison, meanwhile, had unraveled. She'd left Morrison and Associates after Jake's firing, the scandal making her position untenable. Now working at a smaller firm, she lived in a modest downtown apartment, her ambitions for a corner office buried under the weight of her choices. Laura shared updates reluctantly, describing Madison's late-night calls filled with regret. She knows she lost everything. Laura told Noah during a drop-off. She's tried to rebuild, but it's hard. Noah listened without sympathy, his focus on Emma's stability rather than Madison's remorse. One Saturday, Emma returned from a visit with Madison, clutching a new drawing, a family portrait with only her and Noah, a bright sun overhead. "Mommy cried when I showed her my picture," Emma said, her voice curious but steady. Noah hugged her, choosing his words carefully. "Sometimes people cry when they realize what they've missed. But you and me, we're a team, right?" Emma nodded, running off to grab her soccer ball. Noah tucked the drawing into a folder of her artwork, a reminder of their new foundation. He'd learned of Jake's fate through Kevin, relocated to a low-level job in Cleveland, his career stalled by the affair's fallout. Noah felt no satisfaction, only closure. His own life was moving forward. He enrolled in a business course to expand his shop, driven by a need to secure Emma's future. Claire joined them for a weekend trip to the Columbus Zoo, where Emma's excitement over the penguins made Noah laugh harder than he had in years. These moments, small but real, were stitching his heart back together. Madison requested a meeting one evening, asking to discuss Emma's upcoming birthday. Noah agreed, meeting her at a neutral coffee shop. She looked tired, her usual confidence gone. "I want to be better for Emma," she said, stirring her coffee. "I know I can't fix what I did, but I'm trying." Noah studied her, unmoved but open to reason. "Show it through actions, not words. Keep your visits consistent. Don't let her down again." Madison nodded, promising to follow through. Noah left the meeting with no illusions. She'd have to prove herself to Emma, not him. Back home, Emma bounded into the kitchen, waving a flyer for a school talent show. "Can I sing again, Dad? Like last year?" Noah grinned, remembering her bravery on stage despite Madison's absence. "You bet. Claire and I'll be front row." Emma beamed, sketching a poster for the event. As Noah watched her, he realized the house felt whole again, not because of what was gone, but because of what he'd built. He'd traded betrayal for honesty, chaos for calm. Emma's trust in him was his anchor, and Claire's quiet support a bridge to something new. Noah stood in the yard as Emma practiced her song, her voice carrying over the evening air. He'd fought for this peace, not with anger, but with truth. Madison's choices had cost her a family. Noah's had saved one. He called Emma inside for dinner, ready to face whatever came next, knowing they'd face it together.